For the fourth straight game, the Eagles trailed at halftime. For the fourth straight game, Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles found a way to win. With this victory, the Eagles improved to the league best 10-1. The Bills fall to 6-6. Makes it a little bit more difficult for them to reach the postseason, but we will see. Still a lot of games to play. The Eagles were led by Jalen Hurts, threw for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, added 64 on the ground with 2 rushing touchdowns. Wide receiver Devontae Smith led the Philadelphia Eagles receiving corps with 106 yards and a touchdown. Josh Allen led the Bills with rushing for 81 yards on 9 carries as well as throwing for 339 yards and 2 touchdowns. Buffalo jumped out to a 17-7 halftime lead, scoring 14 points off 2 costly Philadelphia turnovers. Philadelphia has got to get that turnover problem in check because your margin of error going into the playoffs gets smaller and smaller, and you can't make those mistakes. Philadelphia, again, had a strong second half, outscoring Buffalo 24-14 and setting up Jake Elliott for a 65-yard field goal to force overtime. The Bills won the toss and get the ball first. In overtime, Josh Allen leads the Bills down the field, but they ended up settling for a 40-yard field goal. Then Jalen Hurts gets the ball. Jalen engineers a 10-play, 75-yard drive and scores on a 12-yard quarterback draw to secure the overtime win for the Philadelphia Eagles. The game was not without its setbacks. We lost defensive tackle and captain Fletcher Cox, linebacker Zach Cunningham, both to growing injury. So here we are again dealing with injuries. We're about to play San Francisco, and this is probably going to be the most contested match this year. They're already calling the Bills game an instant classic, but San Francisco's a much better team than Buffalo. This game is going to really show what both teams are made of. Philadelphia has to play a good first and second half next week, but that's something that shouldn't change at all. We're supposed to play that type of game every week. A lot of good preparation this week. Definitely going to be a good battle this week. San Francisco has weapons. Debo is playing well. CMC is playing lights out. And in my opinion, should be the leader in the clubhouse for the MVP right now, him and Jalen Hurts, because he could possibly be the first non-quarterback to win an MVP in a very long time. That's how good he's been playing. Brock Purdy's been throwing the ball well. Ayuk is playing well. Kittles is playing well. So they got 4 to 5 weapons at their skilled position spots, and they are all playing well. Sean Desai's going to have his hands full. And the Eagles cannot fall behind early like we've done the last 3 weeks. We got to come out, we got to establish the run, and we got to get it going. There are still some nitpicks with Brian Johnson. There are still some nitpicks with the play calling. There's some things that we got to clean up in our secondary. Sometimes our secondary still looks suspect. Teams are going to get over on you every now and then. They're going to get the best of you. But as you saw in that game, you got a quarterback that can run a little bit. That can cause us problems. That can cause anyone problems. We got to get that in check. Another high blood pressure type win for the Philadelphia Eagles. And now we get ready to host San Francisco. Let's hope the weather will be just as bad, because this week playing San Francisco, cold weather would definitely be in our favor. So let's see if we can take advantage of it. Go Birds.